This week, the state of Oklahoma became the most recent state to pass a near total abortion ban that only includes exceptions for when it would save the life of the mother, which means there is no exception for rape. There is no exception for incest. You've got to carry your rape baby all the way to term. Because, as Jim Olson, the bill's author in the Oklahoma House, said, the baby should not be liable for the sins of the father. So, you can't get an abortion because it's not the baby's fault that you got raped. Oh, and here's an interesting little factoid about this piece of legislation. It makes it a felony offense for a doctor to perform an abortion. 10 years in jail for that doctor. Meanwhile, rapists, they may get only a 5-year prison sentence. Which means that if you go and get an abortion because you got raped, your rapist could be out of jail 5 years earlier than your doctor. Because that's how things work in red states now. There is not enough Democratic voice attacking this legislation, not just in Oklahoma, but in Texas and Florida and Alabama and all these other places where these same, copycat legislations are popping up. Where are the goddamn Democrats on this, right? Where is the national outrage? Abortion is a constitutionally protected right. According to the United States Supreme Court, a case that was settled almost 50 years ago. Almost 50 years ago, we settled this issue. And today, Republicans are out there saying, to hell with it, to hell with precedent, we're going to do this because this is red meat for our voters. We don't want them, of course, to focus on the fact that our economies in these red states are going to hell. We want them to forget about the fact that they died at a much higher rate than the people in the blue states from the COVID pandemic, which is still going on. Close to 1,000 people dying every day, but we're just pretending it doesn't exist anymore. And they're launching these culture war issues, this attack on women, because they don't want people to focus on how horrible they actually are at governing. And what does it matter, right? Women are the only one who pay the prices for it, so nobody cares. I've never seen attacks like these in my lifetime. Whether it's with the abortion issue, the attacks on teachers, the threats the teachers are receiving, the attacks on the transgender community. This is hell in America today. And it is 100% coming from the Republicans. And every moment that goes by that prominent Democrats are not out there speaking out about these issues, it's a travesty. That's the second tragedy of all of this. Where are these voices? Where are these attacks? For anyone in this business who is not talking about these issues every day, or at least, God, almost every other day, something, if you're not talking about these issues, then you also don't care. And if you don't care, then they don't deserve your eyeballs, folks. I'm sick and tired of this. These are some of the most important things happening right now. Do we need to address climate change? Heck yeah. And too few people, by the way, talk about that as well. And that annoys me. Do we need universal health care? Absolutely. But we also have to deal with the attacks right now that are going to get people killed. And that's what this legislation is. That's what the Texas legislation is. These are the things that have to be addressed right now, and I'm sick and tired of not hearing enough voices, prominent voices, powerful voices, talking about this assault on our rights in the United States. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.